What is going on? I'm zmoT. We have got zmoT over there in that shop. Code zmoT every single Supercell game. And speaking of every single Supercell game, there was a giant problem this morning with not just Supercell games, but any games that use the Unity SDK. Now, if you don't know what an SDK is, this is just a way for stuff to put Unity in their games. And if you ask what Unity is, it is this stuff over here. Adding ads to Boom Beach basically made it crash today because Unity broke all the things. Now, I don't know. There are people online saying it was Apple. There was people online saying it was Unity. I don't have the inside details, but I just wanted to let you know that it wasn't Boom Beach, but it kind of was Boom Beach. And so a bunch of you were complaining that the game was crashing. I also noticed that over here on a different game that I happen to play, it was crashing. So went digging and found that. By the way, if you do play Survivor.io, add me or something. I am not a one-trick pony. I just happen to play that on YouTube. Before we go any further, I did not put a video out yesterday. I am dealing with a whole bunch of heavy stuff, and so I have been trying to avoid putting videos out because I just don't know how to talk about these things. And I don't want to sound like I'm putting GoFundMe vibes out there or something like that. All is well, just dealing with some stuff. So anyways, we will move forward now that we've got all of that out of the way. As I pick up all of my diamonds, love me some free diamonds. We are going to jump into warships and going to show you this tech tree because this will not be showing any attacks. Winning, losing, winning, losing, winning, losing. Shout out to 10 Ton Hammer. Happy to give my stars to a good dude. This account, tech tree, still no max landing crafts. Still no heavy choppas. Just full defense all of the time. Skipping over shocks, getting into flamethrowers, getting flamethrowers and 160% building damage. Yes, 160% with another 40% to come. The 160% with flamethrowers and tweaking my base a little bit got me back into diamond. Did have to claim one chest in rank 20, which was less than ideal. Maxed out barrage because there are some times where there's a shock blaster next to a boom cannon and a cannon, and throwing 2 barrages on that will get rid of the defenses. So I'm not barding out an engine room. You'll see here in my wins, it's just them fizzling. Fizzle, 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 fizzle. And then down here also, you guessed it, a fizzle. My times are like 1 minute 10, 1 minute 38, 47, 130. Not super great. So I am never going to win on time, although I did have one draw at like a minute 28 or something like that. I was hoping it was going to be in my log. This account, as you can see here, just doing attacks when I have chests. If there's a chest available, I do. Like right now, I probably should have force quit on my last attack, so I keep some of those engine rooms going forwards, but I just don't have the patience or the energy, to be completely honest. And this is my main account, and it is very much the same thing, not playing a heck of a lot. Big shout out to Heisenberg, beating him by 1 second. That one, it's one of those moments where you almost wish it was a draw. And speaking of draws, like my times just not like these logs. This is not a normal log. No, like the fact that my log goes back 44 hours kind of shows what I'm playing at the moment. Just overwhelmed. So we're going to jump in. I'm going to show you how actually, you know what? I'm not, because I have 133 keys. So on this one, I am saving for shocks because we're on the offensive side. Notice on the other one, I did go through Kavan. This one, we went down here through medics, as we talked about. Not sure if that was the right answer yet, because bombardiers or laser rangers with Kavan probably would have been better on the offensive account, but those shocks are 7 keys away. So I'm literally just not caring about winning or losing. And it feels like this season, I'm seeing the same people all season long. So I'm going to use the heavies treading water as my thumbnail, I think, is my general plan. By the way, I'm so sick of making thumbnails. I'm very, very tempted just to make like text, like I've been doing with my sneak peeks, just using straight up text. I feel like is a better way to go, because stressing over things like thumbnails just seems so backwards. As we let our troops go forward, hoping that Rudy is going to be able to do his Rudini. And this season, Rudy has shown that keeping him alive is priority one. It is crazy just how much different your attacks are if Rudy dies versus if he doesn't. And I really do like that about him. If Kavan dies, sure, you get like a couple seconds slower, but if Rudy dies, you are like 30 seconds slower. It is just straight up bananas. Using that smoke twice, super handy. And then we've got that back engine room back there. Let's throw some form of a critter back there, just trying to throw this final flare, and we're going to end up with like a 245, which is pretty good actually. So turning the brain off and just letting it rip, working out pretty well. Our opponents are going to be slightly slower, but it just feels like, or if it's these great even tech trees they've been making, which means that there's no push points and there's no difference. Like a bunch of people went 6 and they were like, oh, I stayed in rank 19, or I went from like 19 to 20. So trying to just stick to the facts and the points here, because those things are just frustrating. Let's do one more hit. I'm gonna this is gonna be a super short video. Mostly wanted to show you guys why those crashes were occurring, because I know they frustrated a bunch of you. We're gonna throw you out there. We're gonna keep our rocket choppas in here. And by the way, I know for a fact, a very good fact, that Mr. Stoneheart has a whole bunch of videos out there. So it's not often I say, hey, go check out someone else's video, but do go check out Stoneheart's video on how to attack these things if you haven't yet, because there are all sorts of tips in there. And obviously Stoneheart has shown over and over again that he's kind of okay at the game. Does fairly decent attacks usually, and hopefully you're picking up all of the sarcasm. I'm again stuck for words at the second, but you guys are fully aware. I assume that Stoneheart is very good, and I'm trying to pump his tires as opposed, even though if my sarcasm is coming across otherwise. And you can't be a Canucks fan if you don't use the phrase pumping his tires, I don't think. So we are going to keep moving forwards in the slowest of slow fashions, trying to get over to here without losing that rocket choppa. Need our heavy choppa to get out there first, and thankfully it did. And we are going to end up with a terrible time on this, because we let all... See, like, that's why I don't split my boats. That left ramp, I feel like only noobs are using that left ramp at the second, and that is a complete and utter overgeneralization. But I just feel like anytime I watch a replay and people are using that left ramp, it feels like the left ramp is so last week, for lack of a better term. So do let me know if you're using that left ramp at all, and if so, how it's working out for you and how you would have done that attack differently. I don't even know how much time's left in this season. I feel like I am going to be only 1 account in Diamond and 0 accounts in the Global Top 500 this season, which is going to be very different for me, but things could turn around in an instant, and that is not how you do it. I hate to be that guy, but that guy just mopped the floor with us. 10 days left, so lots and lots of time on the Warships season. I am going to just spend those keys right now before I forget about it. We're going to go into here, spending those to get into 6, and this choice node right, or this path right about here, is fairly straightforward, I think. If you are on the offensive side, you probably want to go up and get shocks. Otherwise, if you're on the defensive side, keep going straight forward. You probably don't need shocks. Do be very, 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 did I mention very? Aware of this choice node right here. This choice node that is right here is going to be a pain for all of the people because as you see here, I don't have bombardiers, I don't have laser rangers, and of course, I don't have heavies. Heavies are the most expensive of those options. They are weighing in at 70 tokens, 70 keys, however you want to describe them. I think they're both called tokens, which I think is silly, but 70 keys to get heavies. So you might have to unlock bombardiers or laser rangers just to get through there. Anyways, that is going to be it for me. I am zmoT. Thank you as always for the comments, the shares, the likes, the subscribes, and all the rest. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. Peace.